Welcome to the Mountainside Podcast. Our guest for this episode is my friend Luke Caudillo. He's an outdoorsman, UFC coach, and the host of his own podcast, GU Unfiltered. Anytime with Luke is a good time. The whiskey was flowing during this podcast. I always enjoy his company. It was great to have him back in studio, and I hope you enjoy our conversation.
Yeah, that's huge. Yep. It's a good problem to have, right? But it's literally there. I was like, well, if you guys want me to do this, this is what I'm gonna need.
Right.
I want you guys to set up my studio, because when I go live, I'm gonna need the best internet booster, and I don't know hardly.
And that's a
shit
challenge
about,
up here in the mountains, right?
And they know all that tech stuff because they got a whole, that's what they do. I said, you guys can have it and set it up and do it. That'll be part of the agreement. And they were like, yeah, let's do it. So
Fuck yeah.
But because some of these spots we go hunting at, like literally, there's no Wi-Fi.
Oh, dude, we recorded one. Was it episode? I can't remember what episode number. Jeremy, you might have to look this up. We did it in a park because all this shit's battery operated too. Like, you're not gonna do no 3-hour GU Unfiltered podcast, but you can do
which
an
is
hour.
Sometimes is good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand how we went from an hour to 3 hours. I honestly don't. It's crazy, dude.
I'm having a hell of a time because we try to keep all of ours at an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And it's so hard because I don't want to stop the conversation, you know? But also at the same time, I'm not Rogan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like, I'm not.
What's different was ours is now that we let callers call in. Holy fuck!
Oh
dude,
yeah,
that
adds
that's
time,
a whole nother hour to it. Yeah. So that's kind of where it's been, and it's been good. It's a good problem to have.
You got a cool ass show though, man.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. It's been. I mean, I guess I don't really understand like where it went. Like, it's spread out. I guess there's a lot more rednecks out there than I thought.
Well, especially up here. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like, this is a ranch community.
And
dude.
I'm like, who the fuck is calling in from, Vermont and North Carolina when they call it these acts?
Right.
I mean, it's nuts. I'm like, damn, how'd y'all hear about this? It's just like from the grapevine. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't know.
Well,
it's
fuck,
a good
man.
problem.
It's awesome to have you back in. We're on the air right now. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We're not live like yourself.
Oh no! Hey, I'm telling you,
so
you
gotta
watch
fuck
what
up.
you
Just tell me what you want to edit out.
Yeah,
of
you
this.
could definitely, because there's some shit I'm like, God damn, how many listeners?
Damn, dude. You know what's crazy is we've lost a couple episodes too, and now that we've lost them, so I've had some military people in. One of the guys I had in reactivated. I don't know. I can't go into details, and he was like, "Dude, I'm getting red flagged, so." You got to take my shit down.
No kidding.
But we get hit up. I get hit up every week. What's episode number? The missing episodes. People want to know.
Yep.
It's like,
well,
dude, I could probably sell that shit for a lot of money.
I know.
Too bad he's my buddy. You know
what's crazy is, first thing is, I appreciate you calling me back. It's cool.
Yeah, man.
I missed it.
I love having you, dude.
Yeah,
I had a great time up at your place.
Yeah, we got to do that too because we're right down the road from each other, so it's good. I must say, like when I go, because I told my wife, I said, hey, I got to go to another podcast. She's like, who's coming over? I'm like, no, I'm going to go do one on, and they're like, who the hell would want you as, I'm like, damn, come on. And she starts laughing. They're actually out walking around.
Oh, she don't know the gutter rats that I used to run with.
Yeah,
bro.
right.
Like roadies
like,
and fucking, like. You'd
I
fit right into that industry.
Yeah, I'm in.
It's all former criminals and fucking,
like
just
I
fucked
said,
up people.
Yeah,
man.
I'm right.
But
in
the
that
best
too.
people in the world,
Yep.
like that
Yep.
sort of thing too. So,
but yeah, so it's good. It's just, like I said, I've only had to edit one. Well, I should say edit. I didn't have to air one. And that whiskey just got out of hand, and people started just dropping some bombs, and I was like, dude, and everybody got so drunk, and
we've had one or two of those, right, Jeremy?
Everybody was like, the next morning, everybody woke up about the same time. The first thing they said is, bro, please do not air this one.
Right.
Please. And I'm like, yeah, I'll edit it, right? Dude, I got on the keyboard and I started listening, and I was like, well, this is garbage.
Right.
I mean, I could have probably blackmailed a bunch of people, you know? I mean, I really could have, but.
Well, that's one thing I know about you is you can handle your booze, and I see you rolling in here with some too.
Oh,
man.
yeah,
Shit.
this is a little present for you.
No way,
Can't
man.
come in empty-handed. It's a
Basil
little something I
Hayden
like, too.
Toast, huh?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's not bad. I'm sure you can add it to your collection.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna have some right now.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, it is the afternoon, right? I think so.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. We had to get up early this morning and take my daughter to a gymnastics meet or like a little gymnastics deal they do, and it was my first time ever going. So I'm the dad with the fucking camera and trying to get it's like scooting people away. Like let me get in there, you know.
Right.
I'm that dad, you know. And Eva's looking at me, shaking her head like, Dad, chill out. I'm like, damn, maybe I need to chill out. I'm not dad, you know. But we went and we did it. She got a medal and everything, and I'm taking pictures, and I'm just a proud dad, you know. And I'm like, well, let's go eat somewhere. What do you want to eat? And my wife's parents came down to watch the meet too. So I said, come on, my treat. And we didn't know where to go. And dude, I'm telling you right now, we went to Applebee's, and I haven't been to that spot for a long ass time. I mean, I grew up in Nebraska, so that was our fancy restaurant in North Platte.
Oh, no shit.
Applebee's was the spot. And we
Did they have the 2 for $20 back then?
224. Yeah, right. So that's what me and my
It's
wife
probably
got.
2 for $35 now with
Yeah,
inflation or
yeah.
some bullshit.
It was like $39. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Damn,
And,
2 for 40 now, huh?
But I mean, it was still a good deal. And no, go ahead.
Okay, cool.
And I got this right now. But yeah, it was cool. And I
Jeremy?
was like, I literally
a taste.
oh, come on, Jaron.
No, I don't want
You don't want to miss your.
His wife's already about to kill me.
I
so-
know, I'm sure. That's what all my buddies say. Like, oh man. And
Cheers, brother.
cheers,
Thank
man.
you, man.
I appreciate it.
You didn't have to come with anything. We don't expect that, but
Hey, well,
this will get used. I guarantee goddamn
that's
tea.
like everybody brings me stuff,
Yeah.
like
I don't
bottles,
know who would drink that.
and I'm like, God damn, dude, I gotta fucking just
Oh
like
my
you.
God, dude, that is fucking good.
Yeah, it's
man.
good, huh?
Are these guys a sponsor of yours?
Mm-mm. No, I wish.
They should be. Fuck.
I wish.
That is.
I
that
know
is good.
that would
dude.
be a problem, honestly. But it's just good. I just like it, and I don't know, man. It's just something I could sip on, and eventually, I drink a whole bottle of it. You know what I mean? So,
Thank you, brother.
yeah,
Appreciate
no
that.
worries. What are these coins here?
So we got some. It's a military thing.
Yep.
You've probably gotten
I
a couple
gotten
of
a
these
few,
in your
that's why.
career. Yeah. These are challenge coins. So there's a whole like military connection with those. I've seen a lot of businesses use them too. But mainly it's a military thing, and the guys carry them with them
Yep.
in their wallets. And I don't know the exact. I'm probably going to butcher this, but my understanding is a lot of guys carry it in their wallets, and the reason why they call it a challenge coin is if you challenge somebody to see if they have their coin on them from their squadron or whatever it is, and they don't have theirs, and you're at a bar or something, drinks are on them.
Oh no shit.
So it's one of those type of deals. And I was thinking about getting some made for the mountainside.
that's
'cause
cool.
I don't have a military background,
neither.
but we have so many military people
Yeah.
on, and then I know that you guys are sponsored by Black
Yep.
Rifle as
Yep.
well, and
Yep.
they've sent us some guests. This one's actually from Clay Hotmucker. I think he
Oh,
was
yeah,
on
yeah,
yours
yeah.
too. Yeah, he
Yeah.
sent us over some shit.
When I talked to Baker, right, and like he's all like, "Hey man, I'm bringing a general over to your podcast." I was like, "Have you ever heard my fucking podcast?" I mean, are you sure? I mean, it was an honor,
Yeah.
right? Like same thing for you, right, to have a general.
Oh, 100%,
And-
man.
And I must say, like honestly, I got the best feedback from that one because like I said, it's like a bunch of rednecks.
What a
in the
rock
military.
star, dude.
Dude, the guy's a G, right? Like
Yeah.
literally. And literally, I mean, I had one of my buddies, Mike, he's still active in the Army and everything. I said, bro, you better come and help me do this podcast because I don't know my ass from my elbow, when it comes a general, you know what I mean?
Especially
Like,
when like somebody like him, he
Yeah.
wasn't just a general, dude. He was that 160 sword.
yeah,
and
he
like,
was the man. He's the man, right? Like literally. And I was just blown away. Like I was like, man. So he came down, sat down, and I was like, do you know what kind of podcast this is? He goes, oh, I was forewarned. I was like,
I think
all right.
I told him. I think he stopped here and then was going directly double hitter, right?
Anyways, it was a good time though. We had, I know we all had a good time with him, and I know he was all like, "Damn, I wish I didn't have dinner." He had, I think he had Mountain Primal guys dinner, a dinner deal that night. He goes, "I wouldn't mind hanging out here," and I was like, "It gets you in trouble, boss. I'm just gonna tell you that." Yeah. But it was good. He's a cool ass dude. Like honestly, I had tons of good feedback on that one, which I was like, "Man, I don't know."
Yeah, man.
General,
you do have a cool spot though, man. It's a bit like a nightclub. You go in there, you got the craps table.
It's different now. You should see it. Yeah, totally. Yeah, you got to
it's
definitely
a hangout.
Yeah, it's definitely. We got like a little bumper shuffleboard now. I just got in there and
shit. I think I came up there to record a podcast. I was like, babe, I'll be back in an hour and a half. I was there for like 6 hours.
Yep. Yeah, I know that's the problem.
Yeah,
and it's good. It's a fun. We just have fun there, you know, and just try to make it. There's some times where, I think I need to make notes and like, what am I going to ask? But once the drinks start flowing, we just bullshit.
It's better if you just roll with it too. Like I found that out early. Like my first couple, I made a bunch of notes. Like I was like sentences and shit, dude. And I was like, I don't have time to read that in the middle of like trying to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
But I was nervous as shit too. Like if you go back and listen to those first ones, I'm like, oh my God, dude, I should just delete those. But
it's funny, right? Like how good you get. And then like, I remember listening to a few of them that I did. I would be like, I would say like, like I would always repeat myself. I'm like, I'm just nervous. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
And now we,
Chris Farley. That's awesome.
And now we just say like fucking shit and we just cuss a lot. So, I mean, I don't know if it's changed for the best, but it's still cool, man. Yeah. But yeah, it's good because we live right next to each other. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, man. You're what, 15 minutes up the road?
I would say 15, 20 minutes tops.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, it's great. And it's cool that we have this little community. I mean, Aaron's got his podcast down the hill. There's quite a few in this little like short region, man. It's insane.
And I think it's good to branch off and like help one another because, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for some of the people that I've had on my podcast would not be where it's at.
100% for me too, man.
It's nuts. And when you get a guy like, like let's say a guy that I haven't had on, you had on Mark Montoya.
Oh,
I can't wait to have him on.
You should have him on, dude.
And I see him at
personally, right?
I see him at fights all the time, and every time I'm watching UFCs, I'm like, oh, there's Mark. And I'm like, then I start thinking, like, how the hell am I going to get him on the podcast? Because every weekend there's UFC.
Do it when you're traveling, man.
I know.
There you go.
That's what I'm going to have to do. But, yeah, that's a guy that I think awesome dude, right?
He's such a G, man. Yeah. Like, he's the reason why we have an audience because right out of the gate, this was going to be a lot more square of a podcast than it is now. But I'm glad it didn't go that way, right? Like, I don't know. You can say everything happens for a reason. I'm finally starting to believe that that's not really necessarily true. But anyways, Mark was awesome. He came in. He was our like fourth episode. I had a bunch of like Colorado Parks and Wildlife was going to be like number one, and then Alpine Search and Rescue, and then COVID hit.
Yep.
And I had the studio built, and I was like, well, fuck, what am I going to do now?
Nobody wants to come in, right?
Yeah. Like, and I called Mark up, and I actually met Mark at a bow shop down at Bear Creek Archery. Yep. I was in there. I don't know what I was doing in there. Probably buying something I didn't need. And fucking Mark just happened to be in there, and we just started shooting the shit. And, I mean, I knew who he was from a fight game. And I hit him up. I was, like, I don't know, 6 months later, and was like, hey, I got this podcast that I'm starting. You want to come up? He's like, yeah, absolutely. I like the concept. Cool. And, he's a Colorado native, bow hunter. He just killed an awesome bull this year, too, man. And so, he came up. But then, I don't know, we just started bullshitting about all the shit that he does. He trains some of the Denver Broncos footwork, and we talked about Cam, and then Cam shared it. And I know he's been big for you guys, too. And
that's what I'm saying. Like,
just like
if
guys
those people
didn't help us, dude.
Yeah, like little social media like posts like that goes a long way, right?
Yeah,
and that's like when I get like a fan hit me up and they ask like, "Hey man, could you do this?" I'm like, absolutely, because 100%. I know it takes me no energy to repost something or anything. Yeah, I can do that. It's not an issue. Of course, I'm not an asshole. Like I don't think I know what it's like to start from the bottom, because it's a long climb getting up here, and I'm not even near to the top, like,
me neither, man.
And
not even close.
I'm just enjoying the ride, as a thing, but it literally has taken all those guys to go out there to help, share my story, or hey, check this podcast out. That's what's goes a long ways.
Big time. Yeah. Those guys, I mean, it was crazy. Like, I think that we did 100 times the downloads from that episode from Cam just answering it on, or, sharing it on Instagram.
Yeah, guaranteed. I mean, you got to look at a guy that has millions of followers.
It was insane.
Yeah.
And then you just retain those people,
Yeah.
So shout out.
Well, not only that,
Cam, you're probably not listening, but shout out, buddy.
It is
Appreciate
a shout.
And Mark.
It is, but you got to have something to give them. And obviously, those people came and checked you out, and then they're like, "Oh, I like this shit."
Yeah.
So good for you too. I mean, you got to realize when people download your podcast, it's because they're liking the content you're giving out. So.
We've lost a few along the way, too, and they let you know,
hey,
too,
me too, man. Me too. Don't get me wrong. It ain't all fucking clover. But you know what I say? Cool. Because there's other podcasts for you.
Exactly.
My podcast
so
is maybe not
there.
for you. Yeah. And that's why we were talking about it last night on the podcast. I'm like, my podcast is probably not a podcast that you throw on when you're going on a drive with your kids. You know what I mean? It's definitely not. If you're
mine is too, and I'm trying to be somewhat educational, you know what I mean? But still, I'm dropping it. I am who I am.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing that I had to figure out was like, okay, I'm going to be myself from the get-go. But then I started to get stressed out, dude, like about, I don't know, 20 episodes in, because we started having like all this clout, and people were hitting me up, and they were like, when's the next one? Who's going to be the next guest? All the questions that you get.
Yeah.
And why don't you have this guy?
And then you're thinking, I don't know who the hell I'm getting next.
And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yep.
Like, first of all, and then it took me, a few podcasts to kind of get through that and just be like, what the fuck? What am I worried about, dude? I'll do whatever the fuck I want on here. So
well, and that's just kind of like the fine line is like, well, the road you got to cross, right? Like, am I going to cater to these people that really gotta, watch my P's and Q's?
I don't think you can, man.
Or even when you try, you really can't, because
Yeah.
that's not the person who we are, right?
Right.
And I'm not going to say I lost a bunch of companies because I didn't. I choose not to work with them because, I want to keep it the way I am. Because when it's all said and done with, it's all about my listeners, right? Like, that's what keeps me listening. The downloads speak for themselves. So guess what? This is my numbers. If you don't want to listen to it, don't have to, right? And it's just like the companies. Like, if you don't want to work with me, I'm not going to beg you to work with me. There's someone else that will work with me.
That's
that
the
I
same
want to
thing,
work
man.
with.
Like, we get hit up for sponsorship or affiliation deals or whatever, all kinds of different deals, and it's like I'm trying to align with just companies that make sense for us.
Yep.
Products that I actually use. Like, we just picked up Origin Maine. I don't know. Cam just went over there.
American made right there.
Yeah,
dude.
buddy. I can't wait to see their fucking camo.
Yeah, it's
gonna
been
be the
pretty cool.
shit.
Here's my thing on that. We were dabbling with this last night, talking about it. I wanted to work, and it's just like Kafaro, like my backpacking company.
Another great company,
Right?
man.
American made. It's all American made. Well, they literally had to boost their price up, right? Because the cost is going up on everything.
On everything. If you're buying the
And
material.
I get it. Like, if, I mean, here's my deal. Is like, how is...
Damn, this is some good whiskey.
You like it?
Yeah, I really do.
Good. I'm glad.
This is a problem.
Well, here's the problem. That one whiskey you guys gave me, what was that, old fashioned? What was it?
I don't know. So I go to Evergreen Liquor up here.
Yeah.
That's
I think
who
it was
supplies.
Old Forester.
That's what it was. Old Forester. Oh, I called it old fashioned, the drink. But that was good.
So they have a bunch of single barrel
Okay.
whiskeys up there. They have their own Buffalo Trace that I've been buying.
That's what
And
I
it's
like.
the same price, but they bought their own barrels.
Oh,
So
shit.
it's a special blend. And
Up
that's
here?
the only place that you can get it. Yeah.
No kidding. What's it called?
It's Buffalo Trace, and it just says
no,
Evergreen.
what's the liquor store called?
Oh, Evergreen Liquors. It's
right up here by Safeway?
Yeah, shout out to those guys. They're fucking
Yeah, I
cool
know
too.
where
You
that's
go
at.
in there and tell them like
I know.
I sent you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, back to Origin. I hope they can keep the retail somewhat affordable for the
Yeah.
American. That's what I'm. Because just like I told the guys at Kafaro, I was like, God damn, you guys really boosted up the price on these packs, you know? And they're like, we had to because the cost of everything is. So what it comes down to is American people really going to support the American brand and pay the extra money. That's where it's going to be at, I think.
Sure.
And me personally, I will always support American product, even if it costs more. You know what I mean? That's how I am.
Well, I look at the quality of it. Like, they sent me a couple pairs of jeans and
yeah, they got boots and everything.
They got
I didn't know that.
Jiu-jitsu gis. They're the
gis.
only 100% American made gi.
I can't believe it, right?
Yeah, I haven't picked one of those up yet. That's on my list though. So
yeah, I didn't realize.
If you're listening, black.
Yeah, right. Black.
A5, big boy, fat boy.
Right.
Yeah. Send Luke one too. But
I literally just put on a gi again. Probably 3 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah. It's been.
Were you still rolling, but just no gi?
I would,
I mean, you train gauging and stuff for people that aren't.
So we were just no gi.
Yeah.
I told the guy, like, I put on a post. I said it was like 2007, 2008 was the last time I put on a gi, and I just no gi, right? And
yeah.
I was like, well, what am I gonna do? Like, I need to do something different, you know, working out. And we got Sean Sims to teach at our gym now, and he's a G, right? And I was like, man, I'm going to put it back on.
Is your guys' gym open to the public? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you train a bunch of classes down there, right?
Yeah,
too,
I
the
teach
general
on
public?
Mondays. Yep, Mondays
and pro
Wednesdays,
fighters.
Yep, Mondays and Wednesday nights I'm there at the gym, and that's my classes, and I run with it. And so now Tuesdays and Thursdays is my night where I'm trying to roll with the guys. Tuesdays I'm 100% in. Thursday's a little tough because podcasting, family, swimming lessons, gymnastics. You know what I mean?
It's so crazy. Hard to roll at night. I'm trying to convince a gym up here, BTT. They're awesome. Like, do a lunch roll, man. Like, let me come in from.
Who runs that up here?
Dave Roberts. He fought way back in the UFC.
He did back in the day.
Yeah, he's been an awesome coach and stuff. But I mean, I'm just getting into it too in the past couple of years, like, and I haven't in the last year just because I can't go to these 7 o'clock classes because you got a podcast or the kids got to get to.
Yep.
Once the kids get a little bit older, they got to go to gymnastics, dance, fucking wrestling. They got to go to their jiu-jitsu class, you know. So
yeah, I know that's what's been hard for me. I thought as soon as my kids get older, I thought, oh, things are gonna get easier. Nope. Hell no. It's more gas money. I'm going A to B, and I'm like, oh shit, this is just way harder. Yeah. I know.
How old? Yours are still in elementary school,
yeah,
right?
I got a first grader and a 2-year-old.
I met your daughter, man. She's a little sweetheart when we were up there.
Yeah,
no, that I have one going into middle school next year, and she's super fucking bright, dude.
Really?
Like,
good for you.
Super bright, and she just got accepted to. She's getting accepted to all these, like. My wife is a prima ballerina.
Yep.
Or was until she met me.
Yeah, that's my wife too.
Yeah.
What do they say? Good girls like bad guys?
Yeah.
That's 100% right there.
Yeah. Ask my father-in-law.
Yeah.
But shout out Tom if you're listening.
I know, right?
But anyways, so my daughter's been living in a dance studio, right? Because that's what my wife does now is teach dance. So she got accepted to this Bolshoi Academy last year, which is like this Russian pristine thing. She has to fly to Connecticut, stay in a dorm for 3 weeks. And I was like, at first I was like, oh, hell no. She's not going to any of that shit. Not to mention it costs a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's like, it's a tricky thing. It's like, do you hold them back from,
I know,
from what they might want to do in the future? And if I do, am I hindering that? So, and now she just got accepted to an art school down in Denver. So she'll be going to school like for 4 hours and dancing for 4 hours or however long, however it breaks down. So, but it's down the fucking hill. There's no bus system. And I'm like, I know, shit, dude. There we go.
So that means dad and mom got down. I know.
I'm looking for a Prius right now because I drive a Tundra.
I know. Dude, you're in the same boat as me.
Yeah.
Literally, just speaking of that, I was literally.
I will never drive a Prius, by the way.
It'd be kind of cute seeing him in a Prius.
I would love to see that.
I don't think I fit, bro.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
You'd wear that Prius.
Like when I get in the cab stand when I'm going to Vegas, you know, there's 900 cabs. I'm like, I'll take the minivan down the road. You
the
know?
big
like,
one, yeah.
Give me number 64.
I literally was just thinking that. So we met a lot of Eva's friends, mom and dads, and obviously they're like, "Oh, dude, you do UFC shit?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And so they love it, and they're like, "Oh, cool, man. Hey, let's hang out." So I'm cool. I'm like, "Yeah, let's have fun." So then now we're starting to get like phone calls and text messages. "Hey, I'm gonna be coaching soccer, man. Does Eva want to be on our team?" And I'm thinking that's so my wife's family were like big soccer players.
Okay.
And nothing against soccer, it was just what I didn't do. I mean, I tried it, I think, as a little kid.
I didn't even try.
But
fat kids
and I
can't
hate
run
to,
that fast.
I hate to say it. I was like, there's no contact in this shit, It's for pussies, right? Well, literally, are they running up and down like I couldn't do? I'm just making up excuses why I couldn't play soccer, right? And I'm like, God, dude, that's one sport I just don't want my daughter to play. Or my son, right? Because one, I don't know shit about it, and two,
it's so hard because I grew up playing football and wrestling. So at wrestling, I can be like, give him the fucking chicken wing, or you need to walk out of that or whatever, right?
Anything,
so,
I can help out.
But at
with
the
that.
soccer field, I'm like, go Tyler, get the fucking ball.
I know, and I'm just like, oh man. So when I asked her, I give her the opportunity, whatever she wants to do, she can do it. Try it at least.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, Eva, Maya and her friend and her dad are doing soccer. You want to play? It's going to be, obviously 2
Are they asking you to coach too?
They're asking me to just pretty much, help out and, see if Eva wants to do it. I'm like, God damn it. And I'm like, all right, Eva, do you want to play? She's like, you know what, Dad? I don't think soccer's for me. I'm like, cool, good idea. Let's go. Let's stick to gymnastics. And the word gymnastics, I don't know shit either, right? But I just feel like it's good for her. I like her doing, being flexible and doing that shit.
Oh, gymnastics is good for any sport.
Anybody, right?
All my kids have taken gymnastics, and I think it's helped them a ton. And
I just, for me, it's just like, everybody asks me like, hey, you want your kids to do this shit? I'm like, no, I don't want them to fight. Like I bring Marcus in the gym with me and they're like, oh, I bet you're ready to go. And I'm like, I don't want my kids to do any of this shit,
Right.
I mean, do I want them to train? Yes. I want them to know how to protect themselves, take care of themselves, and they're going to do it. It's like Marcus now, he just, goes in the gym, punches the bag. He knows what to do, and he's 2. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm screwed, right? But I want them to learn, but I don't want them to fight, obviously.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good thing. I mean, my goal for my daughters is for them to be purple belts by the time they're going on dates, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You have to have your purple belt if you want to go out with this boy.
Yeah.
That's going to be the stipulation.
Hey, that's a good idea right there. Honestly.
And I got to meet him in person,
Yeah.
in private for a few minutes.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to have a whole UFC roster at my house.
Oh, I love that.
I'm going to have everything, yeah. I'm going to have them all. Hey, this is Uncle Justin. Yeah. You know him?
Hey, booze is on me, whatever they need. Pizza, whatever, fucking protein shakes, whatever you want.
I know. So. It's kind of a scary thing to think about it, but it's going to happen sooner than later.
Well, because what you and I were like.
Oh, dude, I don't even want to know. I'm literally like, I don't think I'm the average dad, though, because I know what my daughter's thinking. I'm like, I've been there. I already know what you're thinking, Eva.
Yeah.
You can't get one past me, but I always did get by one by my mom and dad, though. And,
yeah, I did, too, a lot.
And I
had a lot of freedom, though. They were just kind of like,
they trusted me
whenever.
too much.
Yeah.
They trusted me too much, and I was like, oh, God. But it was good and bad, I think,
It's harder nowadays, too. It's a different world, man. Like,
it's
especially, like, I grew up right here, so I was running these streets, and, like, if you fucked up in town,
everybody knew about it.
Yeah. They were going to tell somebody, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So you got to go in a ski mask or something.
You had to be on the
Luckily
DL.
it was cold.
On the DL. On the DL. I'm going to have one more.
Yeah, man. Help yourself. But the other thing that I'm trying to do with my kids now is like, and I'm probably a piece of shit for doing this, but I think it's good life. It's good life experience, right? Like, one of the reasons why I still hunt, because I've done it for so long, and I kind of fell out of it for a while, and I wasn't really sure if I'd go back to it. I mean, main purpose is to get meat, but I want my son to experience taking a big game animal, because that was a life lesson for me. It puts a value on a life. Watching something bleed out and field dressing
it's different.
and like, yeah.
It's totally different. And the way I look at it is, I think, all these anti-hunters that, don't really agree on us killing an animal or anything, but it's okay for them to the grocery store and get it. They're just bypassing all that stuff that they're buying it, but we're just doing it ourselves, And to me, it's just like, man, I want to see the process of where my food's coming from.
100% too, yeah.
Me,
especially now in the past, like 5 or 6 years, a lot of that shit's been brought to light, right? Like,
dude, it's crazy on what some of these, plants are doing to these animals and like, injecting them with all kinds of shit. Like, you never know.
Well, even looking what's happening to the deer around here, like, shit,
crazy.
I was going right, the road in between here and to your place, right here,
93?
73 or something.
Or not, yeah, 73.
Yeah, so I'm driving there. My uncle lives over by you.
Okay.
And I shoot with him. I try to shoot with him every Sunday or something. He's a bow hunter. He's actually who got me into bow hunting way, way back when. But I was driving over, and we had game warden on the podcast, Scott Murdoch, and I see him pulled over in the road, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? So I just rolled down my window real quick. Beautiful buck, man. Like, I don't know what he would have scored, but big, nice muley, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, somebody's been feeding this buck or had it in captivity or something. And while I'm talking to him, the buck literally walks up to the side of my Tundra, and my Tundra's lifted, and sticks his head in and is
looking
like, what do you
food.
get? You got Twinkies in there, fat boy, or what, whatever. Yeah. And they ended up having to put that deer down. I talked to Scott earlier. I was like, hey, man, you need help? And he's like, yeah, hang out for a minute. And he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's like a Sunday morning and traffic. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. I'm going to have to trank it and then get it. I was like, well, I'll help you load it. And he's all, no, just go enjoy your day. He's like, this is my gig. And
it's crazy.
But they ended up killing that deer. And he said, when they dressed it, it was just full of corn. So they think somebody raised it from a baby, and then it got so big that it was like, okay, go live in the wild now.
And
you
can't do that.
You can't do that. You can't feed him at all.
Or the person that maybe was doing that ended up having to move,
right?
Or whatever. And like I will say this, like the place that we live at now, when we first moved in, there was deer coming in all over by our decks, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Well, little did I know that she dumped all these sugar things, like she was a prepper. She had big old things all over our yard. She dumped sugar all over. And I was like, what the fuck? Well, these deer would come. It's like Salt Lake,
Right.
And everything, and wheat and everything, all the food pantry. She dumped it all over and spread it all over our property. Dude, I literally had a wildlife management area coming. I had deer, tons of bear coming in. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Well, I went outside and I started raking up the grass. I'm like, this is fucking sugar. Like, what'd she do? She dumped all her pantry stuff out.
So they still come in there?
No, not anymore.
Yeah, because they learn those habits. Yeah. Like, they say a bear doesn't forget a habit for like 5 years or something, right?
I believe those.
If it gets into one trash can, it'll come back and check.
That's true, I think, because, man, they've came and hit my trash cans numerous times. And
I had to explain it to my wife twice. It was like, those hummingbird feeders, they don't work here unless they're 15 feet in the air.
They're going to come.
It looks like a murder scene, dude. There's nectar all over my deck. And bear paw prints. And,
everywhere. And the crazy thing is that the bears here, man, they get really big. Oh, man. Because you can't hunt them. I mean, you can hunt them, but,
especially right around us. Nobody hunts them.
Nobody hunts them, and they're just huge, dude. Huge.
For black bears, we're talking like 400 pounds.
I kid you not. I've had some big ones come by me, and I'm like, oh, my God.
Well, you have kind of a similar situation as I do. You hunt on some private land over here. And the game unit is private land only, I think, that I hunt in.
Yep.
And the lady that we hunt on her property, she's just like, will you please, I'm not one to shoot a bear, but she's like, will you please get a bear tag? Because
I know they're overrun.
Yeah.
Well, there's no spring bear here.
Yeah,
so,
they outlawed that.
And it's one of those things where they need to manage it a lot better. People need to manage them a lot better, and they're just getting overpopulated. Same thing, the the moose here, I think the moose population has grown in the last 5 years so much here because I go out.
Oh, it's crazy.
I see so many moose now, and before I would never see it.
I think it was 2 seasons ago. I saw more moose and could have got more shots on moose than I did elk.
Yeah, 100%.
The whole time.
Yeah. And that's the same thing. Like a moose tag's only once in a lifetime deal. So, and it takes forever to draw one. So that's why there's so many of them, But, now
it's crazy. When I was growing up as kids, we didn't even have them at all. There wasn't one moose.
It's about to change now that they're letting those wolves in here now.
That's crazy, man. It worries me about the state, especially with what they were trying to do with the mountain lion. Like the predatory cats thing a little bit. I was like, dude,
they're taking everything away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm glad that didn't end up going through.
Didn't either.
But I hope it doesn't show up on a ballot initiative somewhere down the road either. Yeah. So, but shout out to Mike Hearn too for educating me on that because I'm just a dumb guy. Yeah. I hit him up because I saw his post or something. I was like, hey, can you explain this shit to me because I don't know what's going on, and he's pretty fucking educated. But he writes for.
American Freedom.
Yeah.
Black Rifle, pretty much.
Or Free Range America.
Free Range America. Yeah, that's what it is. And, he literally is a Green Beret. Yeah. He did all
That's
the
one of your boys, right? Like, he's been on your podcast quite a few times. And we actually met him when we had Mike Shaw in for an episode. I don't know if he came over to your spot.
Yeah, no. But he did.
You were on their way over, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He literally helped me do the general though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's who I had. Mike probably wasn't the greatest one, but he did a good job.
Yeah,
and he brought in his helicopter pilot buddy. Okay, so it was kind of cool having 4 of us in there and talking to the general. But yeah, Mike's a G when it comes to that.
I'd love to have Mike on here. I'm gonna hit him up.
He'd be good. He's definitely man. I think he retires in like 20 years and like 4 years, 5 years.
Okay,
he put his time in.
Yeah,
and he's just, it's crazy because he just moved up here, a year ago from Kentucky. And he was down there, I don't know if it was Fort Bragg or whatever, I don't know.
He's a big hunter too.
Yeah, and he, now he's in Colorado Springs, so, he comes over quite a bit and he shoots the bows and he likes to drink, so you better watch out. You better watch what you ask for.
That's the worst part about podcasting.
I know.
Guys. Like, am I shedding years off my life? Am I gonna have an alcohol problem by the time this shit's over?
I tell my wife, I'm like, man, I feel pretty successful doing this podcast deal, making a little money. Yeah. But goddamn, I think I'm killing myself at the same time.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So down at your guys' gym, do you guys have a lunch? They have a lunch jiu-jitsu class, ski or no gi?
It's like 11 to noon it's like 11:30. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's gi though. I think it's no gi right now.
Yeah,
and I think it's only on Wednesdays. I think right now, but
and how far is it from here? Where's it?
40 minutes.
Okay,
about 40 minutes.
Cool.
35, 40 minutes depending on traffic.
Yeah. Just take a long lunch.
Yeah, like honestly, I think at noon you'd be all right. You'd be good.
Sweet. I might hit you up on that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, like I said, like I usually do in the evenings, and it's just like I feel like I had to literally tell my wife, I'm like, look, I got to do this for me.
Yeah.
Like really.
Now with Gaethje, are you just working on striking pretty much, or do you roll with him?
I mean, we got.
You're quite a bit bigger than him.
Yeah. We got Usman.
I mean, I've seen you kick him his ass a couple times before.
we go at it. We definitely go at it. It's literally we got he trains with high elevation or what is it elevation fight team. Mm-hmm. So he spars down there with those guys, but mostly like he does all his training at Onyx with Trevor's gym, and it's a private gym, and literally. I mean, you have Usman in there, Rose,
dude, it's
and
straight hit squad.
Yeah. So
not the actual hit squad,
but it is.
It's mercenaries.
Who's who, right? Yeah. And so Usman brought his whole camp, his coaches too, and George is Usman's jiu-jitsu coach, and he's been helping Justin out, and he's coming down. Man, I want to think.
Does Usman stay here in Denver then?
No, he goes back and forth in Florida, and but he comes back here quite a bit now. And, especially now that Justin's going to be fighting, he'll come back and help him.
Does Justin have something lined up right now?
Yeah, it's May 7th.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So
May
just
7th,
around
he's
the corner.
fighting. Yeah, he's fighting for the belt, man.
That's fucking great.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. They haven't
I
told
hope he
us.
gets it back.
They haven't told us where it's at yet. We know that it's not in Brazil,
Yeah,
so
that's good.
I'm
Probably
hoping,
be stateside.
Yeah, that's what Dana said.
Yeah.
He goes, it's going to be in the States.
God, his last fight in 268 at the Garden, bro. that whole entire card. But did he get fight of the night that night?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he had to.
Yeah, they
him
did.
and Chandler.
Well, and it was supposed to, so how the fight card would go was, got to the main card. It was going to be like Gaethje, Rose, Usman. And Trevor was like, dude, I can't do this. Like, we can't have all these guys fighting.
Yeah, because that means
Back
he's
to
not
back,
leaving the, yeah.
And so Dana was like, all right, you want to open up the card for us, the main pay-per-view card? Justin's like, yeah, hell yeah. So Justin got, first fight of the main card, and that fight was just, fireworks.
My God. It was like, I don't think I've seen a fight with that. I mean, there's been fights with that sort of energy, but like to watch him and Chandler, like there was a few times there where I swear to God they were doing like
it was crazy, right?
backflips and still punching and shit, dude.
They were walking forward. Chandler was walking forward. With his
what a
hands
way
down.
to open it. Yeah.
And it was crazy. It kind of screwed a lot of the other fighters out because like they were.
Oh, you got to
still-
follow that?
Yeah, and not only that, but the commentators were still talking about that fight.
Yeah.
3 fights later, and it's just crazy. Like, but every time Justin fights, that's the way it is. He's such an entertainer.
He really is.
And
I love watching him fight.
I mean, honestly, like I hope, everything goes good for us on this camp. He stays healthy. I mean, this is literally the most Justin has trained before a real 8-week camp starts. So I mean, obviously he's in it. He's training every day, like he's already in camp. We just haven't turned that tempo up. May 7th is going to be here sooner than later, and I just hope it's in Vegas. Yeah, I want it to be in Vegas. 1, I like to gamble, but 2, it's the fight capital. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it really is. It's the kind of the Mecca now.
Yeah, and
the Garden would be cool again, though.
Yeah,
I'm
going to say that place was legitimately.
There's some fucking history
Oh
there.
man,
we were
so
just talking
cool.
about that. We just had Dustin Jacoby in here for a podcast. Was it last week?
He's a cool
Or
ass
was it this
dude.
week? Yeah, he's awesome, man.
Yeah,
he was actually on that card too.
Yeah.
That same card. That whole card was just stacked. Yeah.
And I think that's where I saw Mark at last.
He was telling me that Dustin was telling me that UFC set a record for the most strikes thrown in a UFC. I don't know if it was from prelims all the way to the main card, but it was like in the thousands for striking. Like,
yeah, I literally saw the stats on that, and they were like, dude, there's been pay-per-view cards that are put together have not even hit these numbers that everybody's hitting. I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, well, yeah, look at the canvas. It's all fucking red now. I mean, it was crazy. Yeah. And that place is just like, it's literally a historical like museum.
Oh,
when
I've
you
been
walk
in there
the
so many
hallway.
times with
bands. So
And
with rock bands and stuff. Yeah, it's like them.
It's crazy. And the
It's
crew that's in there, Local One, like those guys are.
It's crazy.
That's a whole nother ball wax in there. But I love those guys to death. Man, the first time I went in there, it was a little rough.
Dude, I'm telling you right
but
now.
But that place is incredible.
Unreal.
They make you feel weird, and then you're like,
no, they don't make you feel weird. They put you in your fucking place.
That's
They're
what I
like,
mean.
hey, motherfucker, like what kind of
Have a
socks
seat.
are those? You fucking California
have a
little
seat.
fucking, like they just
that's the New Yorkers, right?
Yeah, I think the first time I went in there, and then if you give it back to them, they lay off you pretty quick. But Local One's known. I mean, they're the biggest.
They're
IATSE stagehands in the world, and a lot of them are boxing refs and stuff. Like the same guys that are helping you put up lighting trusses and stuff will be what's Arnie's last name? I'm trying to remember. His dad was like a world famous ref. He did the Rumble in the Jungle and all that shit, dude. I forget Arnie's, but he's still a boxing ref.
Really?
So yeah, I did a bunch with PBC for a while on the production side, like doing their lighting rigs and stuff like that. So I toured around with that, and it was funny. I had no idea that Arnie, that works at Local 1 there, was the fucking ref, and he showed up like in the bow tie and shit. I'm like,
That's
fucking
the same
stop
dude.
fucking around, get the fuck out of the ring, you know?
Yeah,
and he's
and
like,
that's him, huh?
yeah,
That's nuts because I mean, honestly though, that's honestly how you get your foot in the door, bro.
Yeah.
I imagine, you know.
yeah. I think that there's a lot of history there. Those
Yeah.
guys make so much money. They're double, triple dipping on all.
I'm
all kinds
telling
of
you
different
right
stuff.
now, that place when you walk in it, like I walked in it and it was like, oh, cool, because I think I got to sneak in there before like everybody showed up. It was the night before weigh-ins, so I snuck in there. I was trying to take pictures and stuff, and it was all empty and shit. And I was like, "Damn, this is cool." 9-day difference the night of the fight.
Oh,
we
yeah.
walk out there, you know, obviously when Justin's fight, and I'm looking. And I remember one point when I was sitting cage side, cornering Justin, and I had to stop coaching, and I just had to like look
Take it
around,
in a little bit,
look
yeah.
around, and I'm like, "This is fucking crazy, dude." I mean, it is literally
in the way
the
that
coolest
place
fucking
shakes,
Yeah,
man. And
I mean the
like,
whole
yeah.
place, how it's an oval or a circle.
Yeah.
I mean it's so loud in there too. I mean it was cool, and then you get to see like all the celebrities that come in, and it was cool, man. I mean it was, like I told Justin, I said, dude, this is definitely one.
If you guys go back there, or when you go back there, hit me up. I'm going to turn you on to my favorite bar that's right down the road, and it's like a locals. It's like the Local 1 bar. And
Really?
I'm not going to share it on here. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm sure none of my listeners are going to MSG.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
but that's
honestly,
the spot to go, and they do a whole.
I hit up a lot of them. I ain't gonna lie. I went me and Ben. We hit up a lot down there. Well, the ones that would let us in if you didn't have your card.
Oh, right.
You know, and that was crazy.
I don't even know if they're still. I would imagine they're still open. That place is a staple. It's been there for like 100 years.
I'm sure.
Or some shit,
I mean,
or
businesses
longer.
were rocking down there still.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nuts. But
text me the name. I want
that
It's like
shit.
a few blocks from there. So we used to do, like when we would load out a rock show, you get done at like, because the concert goes down at like midnight, and we would take an entire like Rihanna lighting rig, everything out in 2 hours.
Wow.
Those guys are fucking awesome, man. Like packed up in the trucks, down the
Damn.
fucking ramp, you know, because there's that circular ramp
Yeah.
to get in there.
Yep.
Like,
and the cars had to drive in there,
Yeah.
drive out. Yep.
it's crazy, dude. They just run forklifts up
Yeah.
and down that shit and loading trucks. And I'm talking like big productions like Madonna or
Yep.
shit like that.
Who's who? I mean, that's
Yeah.
the MGM.
And
or
we'd
not
have
MGM,
like 50,
Madison
60
Square Garden.
trucks, 20, 30 trucks, depending on the tour. And but anyways, we'd get out of there because the bars close, I think, at 4 or something. So we'd spend a good 2 hours, and then you get to know people, and it turns into 6 a.m. Like, shit, I got to get back to the bus, man. We're rolling.
We're rolling out.
Yeah.
Yep. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I don't care for New York. I like to visit. It's cool to visit.
It's a great spot to visit once in a great while.
Yeah, every once in a while. I tell you what, when you're in that atmosphere, and
permanently closed.
it is.
No shit. Dead. R.I.P. Fuck.
Yep. They said
Second
they
Ave,
couldn't-
right?
The last time I was in there, we go in. It's 2:30 in the morning or something. There's 2 open seats at the bar, and there was a purse in one of them, right? So me and my boy walk up because it was the only way to get into the bar. My buddy Kyle, I think you met Kyle actually on from Show Ready.
Yep. Yeah.
Or the Christmas special or
Yep,
some
yep,
shit. But
yep.
anyways,
That's
anyways,
what it was.
so anyways, we we go up to the bar, and this lady, she must have been 80 years old, purple hair, nose piercing and shit. She's like, "You still my weed, motherfucker?" And I
Oh
was
shit.
like, no, she's like, "That's my purse. Why do you have my purse?" And I was like, I was just sitting here. I was ordering a drink. She's all, "You stole my fucking weed, didn't you?" And I was like, she was ready to fight me, bro.
Oh, yeah,
like they had to pull this 85-year-old
Oh,
lady off me. I
shit.
was like, damn, am I gonna have to sock this old
Yeah,
lady?
she's like, you
she
still
was
on my
getting wild,
medication,
dude.
bro.
She
Oh,
was
shit,
pissed.
That's funny.
It's kind of funny, but it's that type of place. There's always some
well,
sort of weird story that happens there.
well, that's New York, period.
Yeah.
I think.
exactly.
Like they don't fuck around.
It's a shame it's fucking closed, man.
That's sad, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Was that on Second Ave, right?
I think so. I mean, it's close to the Garden, right?
Well, it was a 20-minute walk. No, it was you weren't walking there, were you?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No, it's not
Are there
that far. There could be.
Yeah. Well, the one
Okay.
is.
That's great.
Look around the Garden and see if there's one.
Yeah.
Being around the Garden there though, that whole area is just, it's cool, man. you get all kinds of different people.
Yeah.
You get to see culture.
Yeah, that is one thing that New York has. It has every different culture. I mean, you can go to Little Italy. You can get into the Jewish culture. And those are probably the two main ones, right?
Yeah.
But then there's all the whole Irish side. Yep. You got the African side. I mean, there's...
I think it was me and Ben or me and Archie, one of the guys. We sat there on the corner just watching people walk by, and we're like, dude, this is fucking nuts. Like, how many people, different races are all walking by. And you just hear different languages talking on their cell phone to people. And I'm like, dude, this is fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's nuts. And New York is New York. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to visit. They can have it, though.
Yeah.
They can.
And my wife's from upstate.
Oh, really?
And it's fucking beautiful up there. Yeah. Like, awesome deer hunting. Just, it's a lot like here almost. Yeah,
it's kind of
not Rocky Mountains, but...
Yeah.
But yeah,
the trees,
it's very country, trees.
Yep.
Yeah, man, that is America's country
fucking
up there
cold.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah, no, I like visiting there every once in a great while, but yeah. Well, shit, man, where else do you think, I mean, if it's in the States, I mean, they've been doing a lot of fights down in Texas, right?
Yeah, so.
Houston's done two, I think, since
rumor
the pandemic.
has it, it's.
But they just did one there.
Yeah, it's down to like 3 spots, I think. I mean, this is just from what I hear, right?
Right.
And we literally don't know. Vegas, they may even said California, Texas, and Chicago.
Chicago, huh?
Yeah, which I hope to God it's not Chicago, I hope to God
it won't be that bad, but Chicago's in rough fucking shape right now.
I don't want it in Chicago.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Nobody likes
You know what
Chicago.
I mean? Yeah, nobody wants to go.
Sorry to my Chicago listeners.
I don't want to fucking know Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, I want it to be in warm weather. You know what I mean? It's springtime, May.
I don't even like Al's beef. I mean, I'm probably going to get shot over that the next time I go there, but you ever been to one of those spots? Mm-mm. I did a shitload with boxing there, too, and rock and roll, but...
we
used to do Lollapalooza. That was actually pretty badass there in the park.
So, I've been to Chicago. I fought there 2-3 times. And I didn't fight in no great places. I fought in fucking Cicero.
Yeah.
Cicero, dude.
Oh,
Cicero is
dude.
the fucking ghetto, bro.
Yeah, that's the hood.
Dude, there was gunshots going on. And, dude, our security there in the venue were full riot gear.
Damn,
straight
dude.
up. I was like, damn, dude.
That's crazy. Was that a UFC thing?
No, it was right
so it's
before.
even worse, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't have the money to back your ass up.
Yeah, you're fucked. Yeah, it was a...
See, I only did stuff at the Bulls Arena there, United. I think it's United, or it was United Airlines when I was there last. And then the college, we did a lot there. I can't remember that. We did a lot of boxing shit at the college.
Yeah. Cicero's straight up the worst spot in Chicago. I mean, it's literally killings after killings there, shootings. I mean, I remember we had to take a bus ride to our next stop.
A little bit different than up here, huh?
Oh, yeah, it's way different. And there was this guy, fucking homeless guy, literally, sitting on the bus, standing up, holding on the rail, and his fucking dick was hanging out of his pants. And I don't know if I was more shocked that his dick was out or how big that motherfucker was. I was
man,
God,
if you got a hog like that.
I know, maybe he did it on purpose.
Was it Barry?
Oh, fuck. I think it was Barry's twin, dog. I said,
did you get my picture I sent you the other day?
Yes,
you got to add that to your studio because I know he's everywhere creeping, bro.
I turned to my corner man. I said, is this fucking for real? He's like, bro, I'm fucking blown away on this motherfucker. This is how you hear about a guy having a third leg. Yeah,
That's
it was
hilarious,
a third leg.
Man.
But he was all fucked up, and he just didn't know. And I wasn't going to say nothing. I was like, fuck. So weird.
Yeah, it's better to just let shit like that be, right?
It's normal there for that.
Have you seen, there's a YouTube guy or TikTok guy or some shit, and he'll be like in a park, and I think it's in a city like Chicago or New York or something, and he'll go up to like dudes, like on Muscle Beach, right? And try to pick a fight with him. He's not a big dude. And when they come at him, like he'll say some fucked up shit to him too. Like, hey, I was just with your mom last
Oh,
night or
fuck.
whatever,
He's
right?
straight trying to get beat up.
Right. He's trying to get beat up. But when they come after him, he just depantses, right? Like he's got like the basketball thing.
think I
He just
have
gets
seen
butt
that.
naked.
Yeah, and
Nobody
people
will
were like,
touch
whoa, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Like, I'm not going to
Like
fight you
he's a
now.
freak, dog. He ain't there all there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they give up.
Yeah. I think I have seen that. He drops his pants
It's
right
a good
there.
way to get out of a fight, I guess. But
Or,
yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
My problem is if I take my pants off, I don't want to get laughed at. You know what I mean?
See, I drop my pants. I'm still gonna get my ass kicked, and then I'm gonna be like, "Fuck,
where's my pants?
Yeah, fuck." That'd be my luck.
Shit,
yeah.
man. How'd this hunting season treat you?
You know what? It wasn't bad.
Yeah?
We actually
Did
just
you hunt local again? Or?
Yep. I literally just came back.
You just came back from Texas. Or something, right?
We put a film together, and that was a good fucking film we put together. I think we aired it probably 10 days ago, and I think we're at over like 10,000 views on that thing.
Shit,
So
nice.
it was a good for them. But yeah, it was a ram. My first oddad hunt.
Is that on YouTube or something?
yeah,
or is
it's
it
on-
like an exclusive? And
No,
is
it's on YouTube. It's on Cafaro's website.
Okay.
Cafaro YouTube channel.
That's what he used to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think the first time I found out about you,
Yeah,
like a few
Gladiators
years ago,
Unleashed, yeah.
it was Gladiators Unleashed. And It was
Yeah.
like you and maybe Chad Mendez or
Yeah,
something.
Chad and
Yeah.
TJ, we went to New Zealand and we were hunting there together. Chad won last night. Did you see that diesel motherfucker?
No, he had a bare knuckle boxing
Yeah,
match, right?
yeah.
Was that good?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
so I
fuck,
was
I
doing
wish I
I
missed
was
that.
doing a podcast while
Shit,
it
I
was
missed
going
that.
on.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
There it is right there. The underdog. That's what that's
Oh,
it.
sweet.
Yeah. And they literally just put that up I think last Sunday, 2 Sundays ago, and
Is that your truck?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
I've
sick.
never
Did
been
you wrap it or?
Yeah, we wrapped it
nice.
and everything. And honestly, like, you think of Texas and you're like, fuck, man, it's plains. Dude, we were in the fucking
Desert,
There's
right?
a mountain. No, there's mountains
Oh,
there
okay.
and cliffs where these oddad live. And I swear to God, it's crazy.
Oh,
And,
Aaron went down there with you.
yeah,
then,
he's
huh?
down there guiding. And I mean, it was just a great time. We had lots of fun at camp. We drank a lot, and
Hey, I
we
want to
hung.
thank you too. You turned me on to because I know they're one of your sponsors, is Marsupial Gear.
Yeah,
I bought one of their rigs
Oh, yeah.
last year, and it's fucking bad.
It's so nice.
Ass, dude.
Yeah. Jim's
thing
a
is
G.
awesome.
Yeah. Those things are definitely night and day difference from the competitors.
Yeah.
Right. Like I
100%.
used to rock a different ones, and I thought, oh, this is the shit. And then I put theirs on. I was like, oh, this is different, right?
Yeah,
Like,
those are
this is
nice.
cool. And but yeah, they're cool. Those harnesses are nice. But yeah, it's literally
They make good belts too. I have a
Yep.
couple of their belts,
Yep.
man. I
Yeah.
fucking love their belts.
yeah, belts. I mean, they do a lot of different things now. They're
And
getting
it's
into,
not stupid expensive
No,
either. Like
no.
a belt's $20 or $30
Yeah,
or something.
and
like that.
it's-
It's not.
It's
a
kind of
lot.
like a stretchy type deal too.
I need that shit.
Me too. Me too. Me and you in the same boat.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, it was cool. Yeah, we. Go ahead.
Did you kill something?
Yeah,
on there?
yeah. Yeah, I actually shot this ram at 87 yards.
Oh, you know what? I saw your post.
Yep.
Yeah.
At 87 yards, and
87 with your bow?
Yeah, I pinwheeled it, and it literally dropped dead right there when I shot it. And
Are you still hunting with that V3? Or?
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
And
nice.
I actually got a new Matthews coming out in the next hopefully month. I get it.
Are you getting the new one? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Because I switched to the V3 a few years. I love that bow.
yeah,
man.
yeah. The
I think
V3
I'm
is
just
the
gonna
shit.
stick
right?
with it.
And
Yeah.
that's honestly, I said this last night. I said, man,
For people that are just listening to this thing that don't know shit about bow hunting,
Yeah.
Matthews to me is, I mean, there's all the bow companies out there are pretty good nowadays, but
Yeah.
there are some elite ones like, and Matthews right up there. I've shot the Hoyts, I've shot everything, and to me, for my style and what I do, and my only complaint is it's a little heavy, but
yeah. Well,
but who cares about that? I mean, when I say heavy, those things weigh like 5 pounds,
Yeah.
maybe with all your shit.
my
on them.
my deal is it's like, man, go in there to a bow shop and see what you like.
Yeah.
I think last year, more Hoyt guys and like elite guys, prime guys switch from their bows to a Matthews bow because they like what the V3s.
I like it because it still feels mechanical to me, and I guess because I've shot a compound since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy. I used to shoot a compound with fingers, bro.
Oh wow! But
Back in
that's
the
not.
day,
Yeah, but that's
I had
not
no idea.
It's not unheard of though. Like
Really?
there's guys that do that still
That's crazy,
to this day.
man. But
yeah, it's crazy.
But it just feels more like the wall. It just feels more mechanical to me. Those Hoyts are almost like
I know
too smooth, too light. Like for my style, anyways.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of guys that hunt with those
I think
really love them. Man.
Yeah. What are they?
I'd love to carry one around. Shit.
Yeah, I
they're
know.
light as fuck.
Yeah, they are like. What are they? What the hell are they made out of?
It's carbon.
Yeah,
right?
it's carbon.
Carbon fiber.
And I guess what the problem is, like on windy days, it's hard for them to keep it steady.
But see, that's where I'm a big guy, right?
Yeah.
So like to hold my bow, like I can shoot more accurate with that Matthews, I feel like, because I have something to hold on to. I have some weight. Like yeah. So
I'm
that's
just a Matthews guy, period. Man.
I love their shit too.
And I've always been a fan of them.
You know what I had prior to that, just because I didn't want to spend the money, was I bought one of their mission bows.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's what I got my wife one.
Fuck, man.
too.
I'm gonna keep it. It's
Love it.
Crazy.
I know
for
that's
the
what
money.
Yeah.
That bow is awesome,
Yeah.
man.
I know. I honestly,
I'm saving it for my kid. Well, I mean, he could probably shoot it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the draw length is
Turn the
adjustable on
poundage down.
that thing to fucking like. Yeah, I think you can dial it down to like 40 pounds, and the draw length adjusts all the way from 30 to like 24 or 22 or some shit. It's insane.
Yeah,
it might even go down to 18.
I know it's pretty. I know the one that I got my wife is a mission, and I know the poundage is really low because she can't pull back shit. You know,
You're right.
And I almost think like my daughter could probably start shooting that bow here soon.
I think my son could. I gave my son the choice, and this is what I was going back to. Like, I feel a little bit like a dickhead, but I'm like, I offer to buy them the things that I'm into, right? So, hey, you want a fly rod? Let's go check out fly
but that's how
rods,
you do
right?
it, right?
Yeah. And but he enjoys it too, right? And
yeah.
especially going to the 3D shoots.
Yep.
He's all about
it,
that,
right?
And I enjoy that probably more than hunting.
Well,
almost.
it's almost like, why would you introduce him to something you don't like, though?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you guys both got to enjoy it. Like, you have to like something to show him, like, this is why we enjoy it, and that's just time together, too, period.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing is, like, I want something, that bonding, and I know how much fun I had as a kid shooting archery, but I gave him the choice. I was like, okay, I'm going to give you two choices, because he shot a longbow first, like one of those little bear kit bows, the little fiberglass one. Was the very first one I bought him, like, way back when.
Oh, so
they're
you're
like
talking about
$39 or some shit,
yeah.
right? And then we upgraded to a recurve. But anyways, I gave him the choice. I was like, okay, you're getting a little bit older. It's time for you to have a real bow, like something you could hunt with.
Either
right?
a recurve
and
or
I'll
compound.
give you a recurve or a compound. It's your choice. This is what you've shot, and he chose to go recurve.
Wow.
So we went down to Rocky Mountain Specialty Gear, and I got him some like proper lessons from Tom.
Yeah.
And who gave him the? Oh, fuck, I'm drawing a blank right now. Anyways, but the clumps down there are fucking awesome.
Yeah,
right? So
that's if you
set him up with some lessons.
If you're gonna shoot a stick bow,
he's
where
crushing
you
now,
gotta go.
dude. Like 30, 40 yards, he can take a shot.
Good for him.
Yeah, I think he's pulling like, I don't know, 30 some pounds or
Yeah,
something.
that's
That's pretty good for his
No,
age,
that's really good.
It's
And
9.
I've shot one of those, and I like it. It's fun. I could never hunt with it, dude. I could never.
Yeah.
I'm not sneaky enough to get in close enough, and two, I just ain't got enough patience for that shit.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level, right?
Like you literally got to practice every day with that.
Yeah.
shit.
Not
Every
to
day.
mention you have to be able to spot and stock like nobody's
It's a
fucking
different
business
game.
or call or whatever you need. You have to get a lot closer.
You have to be a lot closer.
Yeah.
A lot closer with those things, and I'm technically not there.
Yeah. I just don't have. I don't know if I have that patience, man.
Yeah.
Like I own a recurve.
Yeah,
I enjoy shooting it
Yeah.
every once in a while, but
that's what
I'm
I do.
more about like not that I would ever take 100-yard shot hunting, not by any means. Like
Yeah.
a lot of years I'll set a limit of like 40 yards
Yep.
because I know that's a give me, right?
Yep.
Like maybe I would gamble at 50 or
Uh-huh.
something. But I love going to like those 3D shoots, and there's a 65-yard shot, and it's like through the tree. I don't know how much money I've fucking wasted on arrows, dude. Like,
and it's one of those things where it's like if you practice it, do it. I'm lucky enough where I have a range in the back of my my house, right? So
that's nice. I can shoot at my house.
Yeah,
too,
so like
at least.
when,
but I don't have your setup.
Yeah,
you still have that steel target up there?
I do have one up there now, which I
want to come shoot with you sometime.
I don't fuck with that no more. Cost me too much arrows. But yes,
you got an arrow sponsor though, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But even then, they're
gonna
like,
quit sending you.
They're
shit.
like, Luke, come on, dude. What the fuck?
What are we sponsoring you
Yeah,
for
exactly.
if you're ruining this many arrows?
I'm ruining all these things. But yeah, so I don't know it. Me personally, I feel like if you practice a range that you shoot at and you feel comfortable at doing that, then do it. You know,
yeah, and you can ramp it up to the season, right?
Yeah,
like, I'm not shooting nearly as much now as obviously because of the weather. And stuff.
Me too, because there's like fucking snow up to my thighs. Now.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's definitely I like that Audad, right? I shot at 87 yards. I literally practiced majority because they said 70 yards is probably your typical shot for an Audad with the bow.
That's crazy.
So my range, I have a 90-yard range, and I'm like,
so what kind of groups were you hitting it?
Pie plates, just like literally with the broadhead and everything. I was
8 inches.
Yeah, I was. And when I shot that one, I literally pinwheeled a 12 ring on that bitch.
Those Audads aren't.
They're huge.
Yeah.
No, they're huge.
They're big.
The Rams are really.
Do you have
big.
a picture of it on your Instagram or something?
Yeah.
Or? Jeremy, can you pull that up?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Jeremy's got it right here.
Yeah, it literally, man,
they're crazy
their bodies
sheep, right?
are huge,
like big, long.
Yeah,
are they a goat or a sheep?
They're a sheep.
Okay.
And
I don't, unless it's an elk or a deer. I don't know what the
smell
fuck.
horribly. No, go to Gladiators one. Go to Gladiators Unleashed on that one, and yeah, they're huge animals. They're really big body. They're beautiful though, man. They got this mane. Is it up? Oh yeah, keep going down. Keep going down.
Oh, did you shoot that
there
big there too?
Yeah, we shot a javelin.
Nice.
There it is.
Oh damn, that is big, dude.
Yeah, you see, look at that shot, dude. Straight pass through. Yeah, they're big animals, dude.
Do you take the meat or?
Yeah.
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 Is it good?
It's a little different, but it literally is.
You got dogs?
Yep, dogs loved it, but literally, you make breakfast sausage out of it. You know, is what I mostly did, and that's good. I could eat that, burritos and stuff like that, but. You know, that's part of the game, you know? Like, if I'm going to kill something, I got to eat it, you know?
Yeah, that's important to me, too,
yeah,
man.
So,
I don't think you should be hunting unless you're going to.
Yeah, you know, I'm not a trophy hunter by all means, you know? So, if I literally am going to kill an animal, I'm going to bring it home.
You know what I enjoy, though, too? Not only do I eat it, sometimes I have a surplus that I can give some of it away.
Yeah,
too,
that's
right?
to
people that'll actually use it and
Yeah,
enjoy it. Like the lady that I hunt on her property, I always give her some stuff, and so it's kind of like it's cool, man. It's cool to give it to friends that actually want it. Too.
Yeah,
that reminds me, Jeremy. I'm sorry, I haven't gotten any deer meat.
My deal.
Thanks
is,
a lot, Bobby.
But honestly,
I'll give you a half face blade though.
Ooh, like especially in my game, you know, I get a lot of fighters. So they need that organic meat, and they're broke fighters, you know. So if they get, you know, some ground hamburger, they're loving it, you know. So that's what I try to do too, is give it to a lot of the fighters, you know, because, you know, I'm not gonna eat everything. I mean, I still like eating cows, you know.
Yeah, no, I like my ribeyes too.
Yeah,
man.
you know. So.
But you know, I'm getting more picky on that shit. Like now, I won't eat. Like, you'll be hard pressed unless I'm at like a nice steakhouse, right, or something like a Del Frisco's to have like
different.
To order a steak. I'm not gonna go to fucking Sizzler no more. And I mean, I would, but I'm just pretty conscious about my meat now that I know all the hormones, all the bullshit that they put in it.
Yep.
Like even burgers and stuff like that, right? And like,
dude,
I suffer when I'm on the road, man. I'm like, I have a hard time. I'm become such a fucking. I used to not give a fuck, but now it's like, oh, I got to go to Whole Foods. I got to get my food for the week or whatever. You know what I mean?
It's crazy because, you know, now that you podcast and I podcast, I learn so much more from other people about
Oh,
different
100%.
stuff. It feels like I'm learning as I'm doing podcasts, and I'm like, God damn, really? No way. And obviously, you have Jeremy, I have Cody. I'm like, bullshit, call that up, look that up, and it's true, man. Like, it's nuts. Like, some of the stuff that they put in there.
Oh, it's insane.
Nuts.
I think
crazy.
that's one of the things that I didn't realize that I enjoy most about this is the connections that I've made, the friendships that I've built. I mean, you and I probably wouldn't be hanging out if it wasn't for that, right?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
And then, just what I've learned and who I've talked to and how it's made me change my point of view on certain things too. Like maybe I should be a little bit more accepting on this side of the fence to certain things, right? Or when you're really trying to get to the bottom of something, like I tried to do my due diligence and figure out as much about the wolf reintegration because of what we're trying to do here at the mountainside. And when I really dug into it, I was like,
wow.
It was an eye opener.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea going into it, but I love that. I feel more educated.
Well, it's weird because like there's some things that I'm like, man, I don't know two shits about what I'm about to talk about with somebody, and bam, and then a topic comes up. I'm like, I don't know shit about this. Tell me about it. And like next thing you know, the fucking the phone's ringing. Everybody was like, no way, this is not you. And you just get educated while you're actually interviewing the person, right?
Have you been threatened yet?
I've gotten a few.
Yeah,
I mean,
I got quite a few actually.
Yeah, that sucks,
and it was
right?
as soon as we started doing the wolf thing, it was what the fuck, man? Like,
well,
I thought you guys were supposed to be caring, man.
Here's the deal, man, and it's always the front range people like that aren't really educated. They're the people that want to go on nature walks or hikes on the weekends, and they think they're gonna see a wolf out on a hike and take a picture of it. I mean, that's what they're hoping for.
Good fucking luck, dude.
They don't know shit about it, and then they're pissed off at us because we don't want to allow them there because, one, they have no idea what they're going to do to livestock, to the land, to the elk herds, deer population. They think they're helping out, but they don't know shit.
And you know what's really sucks too is I just think it was this last month, and Jeremy, you might have to look this up, but I think the wolf they put the wolf, so it was taken off the endangered species list so it could be managed, right? Managed populations, which I think any wildlife, whether they're endangered or not, should be managed in some sort of form or fashion, right? But I think the wolf just in the lower 48 just went right back on the endangered species list. And like you go to Idaho or someplace like that, and they got a serious fucking problem, dude. They're paying people to shoot wolves.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
how is it endangered?
Yeah, I don't know where they're getting their
I don't think it is in Idaho and Wyoming. I don't think they did that. I think they might have been proposing it, but they.
So is it here in the state of Colorado? I should know more about this. I should have read up on it.
I just know because I read a bunch.
I just saw it the other day.
Here's the thing with it, like. They're not going to be in danger very long because they're repopulated and they're not going to be hunted. And they're not going to be. What's going to kill a wolf? What's killing a wolf?
They're an apex predator.
Yeah, what's killing a wolf? Nothing's going to kill a wolf, man. And they're not going to be on the endangered list at all. I don't see it happen. I'll tell you what's going to be hurting that will pop on there is the elk herds, deer herds, cattle. I mean, the ranchers are pissed. They're like, "What?" Oh the fuck?
You talk to anybody on the Western Slope, and
they're like, "Dude."
Their philosophy is, well, let's plant them on the Front Range then.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah,
put them in Boulder.
See what happens.
Yeah, the counties that voted have the majority for it.
Yeah, put them in your area. Yeah, and that's why I said like, it's just the people that voted for it. They're just not educated on it. And
well, here's the issue too. Is like. Not only that's a huge issue, and that's a great point. I couldn't agree with you more on that. But the other issue is it's not fair to the fucking wolf, man. So really, if you're on their side or whatever, like you're taking these animals out of an environment where they don't have hardly any human interaction, and you're dropping them into a state that has 7 million people in it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to put it in perspective, and this is what one of the things I learned when we were doing all that shit. the entire state of Wyoming,
Yeah.
the population mirrors Lakewood, the city of Lakewood, which is a suburb of Denver, right?
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
Just to put it in perspective, how many people are
realize,
fucking here?
Yeah.
That map right there is year round.
Okay.
And in 2011, they were taken off in Idaho.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts, man.
So you got to hunt locally? Did you do elk hunt this year?
Yeah, we elk hunted here. Did I get one? No. Should I have gotten one? Yes.
I didn't either, man.
Well, my story's a little different than yours, probably. I literally had bulls in front of me 20 yards on a regular basis, 5x5s.
You're waiting for that.
I had one on the radar, and I seen him, literally took pictures of him with my own camera. You know, it was weeks before the hunting season started. And then I started seeing him on my trail cameras later at night. So I was like, oh, when the rut picks up, he's going to be here.
Sure.
This fucker never showed up. Seen bulls come by. Well, the last week of hunting season when it was legal, I was like, well, fuck it. First legal bull I'm coming by, I'm going to shoot it, right? No fucking bulls came anytime, or they were either 10 minutes before shooting light or 10 minutes after shooting light. They would come in. I was like, God damn it, did I screw up? Well, the last 2 days, I was like, well, screw it. I'll just shoot a cow because I want the meat.
Yeah.
Guess what? Nothing showed up in the last 2 days. Now it's my fault. You know what I mean? Like, but it's one of those things where am I mad that I didn't get one? Yeah. Did I have fun going out there every time? Yeah. But,
mine is I just didn't spend the time. This year I'm not fucking around, dude. I'm gonna try to take the entire month off of September.
Oh
so
shit!
There ain't gonna be no podcast coming out in September. This is an
or
FYI.
You just try
to do them in camp.
Do them, and then just
figure it out or something.
Preload them, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like that's the hard part about doing podcasts. Like, you know,
trying
once
to keep
a week,
it consistent. Yeah,
consistent, and like, man, shit happens. Like I'm busy.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's crazy. I don't know,
but you've been crushing it, man. Like, and I love listening to you guys too.
Yeah,
but
we're just
you guys are.
It's
on
fun.
top of it. Yeah,
we have fun on it, and I think and just like your podcast is. Here's the thing, man. I try not to pretend something I'm not. Right, like I'm not trying to pretend I'm something I'm not. I try to get the people that are the real deal. That are good 100%. In their field. But at the same time,
I try to vet our guests the best that I can.
Yeah,
and that takes time.
It's hard to even book that. It's time. It's tough, right? And the way I look at it is, when I get a guest or whatever, if I get a repeating guest back, we just like to keep it real though. Have fun, and listen to what the people want. And I think that's what been the success of the podcast is like, man. If I'm going to listen to something, I want to listen to something real. You know what I mean? Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, do we have educational stuff on my podcast? Yeah, sometimes. But a lot of times.
Yeah, but you guys talk about pretty relevant issues.
Everything, yeah.
But I think that's part of it that's one thing that I've learned is having a good time while you're doing that too at the same time.
It's a big difference, right?
Yeah. Nobody wants to listen to facts all day long.
Yeah,
right?
And I guess when I kind of look back and seeing like what I was doing, I was like, man, it's kind of like hunting or camping. I'm by a fire and we're just bullshitting, having drinks, and let's have a good conversation.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
It's cool too. Like because you have a lot more recurring guests than I do.
Yep.
But I'm finding the more that I have guests in, like I had Dustin in. It was the first time that we had met.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had Dustin in last week, Dustin Jacoby, and it was like. I forgot that we were even recording the shit, dude. It was just like me and him having a conversation. There was no...
That's the best, right?
Scripted whatever. Cameras were failing. Like, whatever. We just kept it rolling, you know? And, it's good times.
I think that's the best is when you just, like... We just bullshit. We sit across and we just hit record and be like, hey, whatever happens.
Well, that's why I wanted to have you back, too, man. Because you guys... That makes it easy, too, right?
Is.
Like, I've had a few interviews... And I hate to call it interviews because I'm never interviewing somebody. That's not what I want to do. But you get into those ones. It's like you ask a question.
What am I going to say next?
Yeah, you ask a question and it's like a straightforward answer, like yes or no.
Yeah,
and then,
you're like, that's it. Okay.
You're like, fuck, what do I say now?
Yeah,
I was
okay,
hoping
cool.
you were going to elaborate
Yeah.
on this a little bit, but
I mean, that's honestly the truth. And
a lot of pro athletes I'm finding are that way a lot. You know?
I think it's when you find a podcaster that's kind of good on the mic, you kind of just gotta come back and use them again, because it only gets better after that. You know?
Oh,
what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and then you got to find out, like, you know, who really likes to bullshit and talk to you. You know, is what I think is the funnest. And when I don't have to think about what we're going to talk about, I know it's going to be fun, right? And I think on my platform is, you know, now that we have that app where people can call in, ask questions, chat.
That is cool.
That kind of changed the game for me and my listener, because now they're engaged and actually, they want to talk to a guy like Aaron Snyder, you know, ask him a question. They have that option right now to listen to podcasts.
If you're listening to this right now, we're not doing that. So
Yeah.
Go listen to Luke.
I'm telling you right now, you got to watch what you ask for.
Yeah.
It is.
How hard is it to schedule something? Because I've had times where I've scheduled a guest like you, and shit happens, right? Like you can't hit your schedule or something.
I've had the same problem, right?
Yeah.
Like somebody, or like stand up, or
I think I even showed up late to your place when I was supposed to come do it, right?
My deal is, if I say, okay, we're going live at 7:15, 7 o'clock, and like last night we were watching the UFC fights, and I didn't want to go live yet. I literally just went on Instagram, or Cody's already on the board talking to people that are waiting.
Oh, that are waiting to come on.
And we're like, hey,
it's cool, man. I've been listening to you guys on it.
Yeah.
I've chimed in. I've chatted with Cody a couple times on there. And
it's just, it's cool, you know, and now you can watch it live from your phone.
Yeah.
So you can watch us be dumb animals, you know. So it's good.
But people can also go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
Like I've gone back and still, you're still on Spotify and all
Spotify,
those
Podbean.
platforms.
I think my biggest one is iTunes.
Yeah,
iTunes is still a monster.
I think we do most of our downloads on iTunes.
It's crazy, dude. iTunes and Spotify is just nuts.
Yeah, we're actually not on Spotify.
Really?
Like,
I went to Spotify because when Rogan switched, I was like, I better go follow him, you know?
Yeah, see, and I got some advice that, well, the thing that pissed me off is they started putting ads over our podcast, and I'm not getting any of that money, right? So
yeah.
It was kind of like, do they do that to you now?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I didn't realize they were doing that until I went back. And
they'll interrupt my podcast. And I
listen.
specifically do my ads at the front in the beginning. So not only are people listening to my ads, now they got to listen to the Spotify ads too, unless they're subscribed as a premium.
Yeah.
Whatever. And it's like, I don't reap any of those benefits. Or I don't know. Do you get
I don't
monetization from them? Or?
Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know.
I didn't get $100 million contract. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck this shit. I'm going to pull it. And it was a pain in the ass.
Well, I didn't know they were doing that until I went back, and because I wanted to hear it, because I didn't know if this audio was, I kind of had a guy that was talking like this, you know, like, so
that's hard too, right?
I bumped up the audio on it and you know, to see how it sounded. Well, I played my ads, and then it went to somebody else's ads, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Right? And then I, you know, in between my ads or my podcast, I'll take like a quick drink break. This drink break brought to you by Killcliff or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I like the way that you do it on the fly.
And right after that, I had another like Rogaine, you know, commercial. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I got to look more into it because I know they're putting ads in my shit now, and I ain't getting.
And you're not bald either, so
yeah. I'm like,
I don't need none of that shit.
And I was like, wow, you could play it, but I need something out of it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's my whole thing. It's like I was trying to stand up for, because I'm like you. I want to help the community, right?
Yeah.
I'm willing to help anybody that wants to start a podcast. I get hit up all the time with guys that are just starting one, or what gear should I get, or how do you do this, or how do you do that? And I'm more than gracious to share.
Yeah.
I'll share anything. I'll tell you what we're recording on, what it
like
is.
that system you just showed me. I was like, dude, that's slick. I want to try. I want to get one of those.
You should, man.
Yeah,
that's for the money. Those little Black Magic
It's awesome,
mixers,
huh?
the deals are the shit.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah. How I found that is, well, coming from the rock and roll industry, I know some video people that like do that shit professionally, and they're like, no, this is all you need, because I was looking at something way more expensive.
Yeah.
And for the money, that thing's awesome.
That's sweet, dude. I'm like,
so even if you have a little cooking show or something,
Yeah.
you know, like, and you can switch it yourself. Like, I've done podcasts, like, I fucked it up, but
Yeah.
Jeremy's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now you know.
It's better than me. I can sit here,
Yeah.
like, I can't scratch my head and rub my dick at the same
That's
time.
why I
you
say,
know?
like, I honestly, like, it takes like people that do, like, podcasts by themselves, I'm like, yeah, it's cool. I'm good.
The guys that trip me out are the guys that sit there and talk by themselves.
I couldn't do that. No fucking way, dude.
I don't think I could.
I hate listening to myself talk sometimes anyways,
Yeah.
but
I have a hard time listening, like going back and listening to some of mine. I'm like,
dude,
God, fucking idiot.
I got to lay off the booze. I'm like, God damn it. I can't start drinking at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit.
So tell me about your bow shoot. You just started that, right? Now, I want to try to make it out this year if I'm in town.
So
it's best of the best.
Yeah,
or
we do
something?
the best of the best for me and Snyder. We put a compound trad team together. You get
so I got to find somebody that shoots trad.
If you don't, there's somebody there at the tournament that needs partners too.
Okay.
Literally, it blew up. It was me and Aaron would go shoot, and he was big into trad, and I was like, and we'd come back and we'd bullshit, go live on the IG, and everybody's like, why are you shooting with the compound guy? And we were like, dude, why does it matter if I shoot a compound or not a triad or whatever?
And for people that are listening to this thing that aren't into archery or have never shot a bow, traditional bow is like what you would think of a Native American shooting, like
a stick bow.
A bit more sophisticated nowadays than it was.
a little bit.
Yeah, but same concept.
Yep.
Arrow, no sights, no
it's all
release.
instinct.
It's all instinct. And then a compound is a much more mechanical.
Yep.
It's not like shooting a gun, but a lot of them do have a trigger release and that sort of thing. But and then the shoots that we're talking about there's 3D archery shoots, and I only got into these a few years ago. I guess I went to a couple as a kid, but they've come a long fucking ways.
Yeah.
So there's 3D targets that they set up
animals.
in different scenarios, and some of the shots are like off of a cliff. It's not like you're just standing on flat ground shooting and stuff, and that's why I enjoy doing them. But you started your own 3D archery shoot, and that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah. So it's this will be our third year doing it, and obviously each year it gets bigger and bigger. But it's weird because it helps when you get like guys like Snyder in the industry, like people want to shoot next to him. I mean, we had people from California, Nevada.
I mean, Snyder's
Missouri.
a world-renowned bow hunter, right?
Yeah,
Considered
So
that.
we get these guys that flew in all the way from, Vermont, everywhere to come and shoot our tournament. We're like, what the fuck are we doing here, right? And we had great partners that come in, donated prizes for all these competitors. And we just drew names out of a hat, and people won. And I mean, we had like Yeti in there, Leopold. I mean, we had obviously Cafaro. I mean, everybody was like, holy shit. We had Delta, McKenzie, like targets, people walking out with, full 3D targets. And they're like, dude, this is awesome. And then after the shoot, we went to, Brooks Tavern, and we all got together, and we just
right up the road.
Yeah.
That's a good spot.
And we just
where's the shoot at?
It's here in Bailey. It's it's American Bowman.
Oh yeah, I shot it actually at that for the first time. I went to the Father's Day shoot.
Yeah. That's
and I showed up, and I started talking to somebody there at the gate or whatever, and they were like, "Oh yeah, do you know?" They were touting you up.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah, I know Luke personally. Like I have a podcast too, and I've had him on. So I think I just missed you. But but I think I hit you up after that. I was like, "Yo, what do you guys shoot at the like?" What kind of numbers, right? Because I wanted to see if I could hang.
Yeah.
I thought I shot pretty good that day.
Yeah.
I can't remember my score, but
ours is a hit and miss. Dude.
Yeah.
My numbers are hit and miss. Some days I'm like, God, fuck, I'm the best.
That's
right?
a fucking cool range.
It's a cool range, right?
That's awesome. I'll definitely go back there.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it's close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm definitely going. If I'm in town, I'll come out for that next
definitely.
one.
Just come out and.
So you just pay an entry fee?
Yep, do an entry fee. And it's a 2-day shoot. So Saturday, Sunday.
So you're shooting 40 targets a day?
20 on the first day, and then 20 on the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
because
cool.
they have like 80 targets there.
Yeah,
right?
it's a little. Yeah, I know they have 20 on each side of the mountain, but they have the practice range. Now they even added more. So yeah, they probably have a little bit more. They got.
And did they change up the course quite a bit?
Okay, they changed it up quite a bit.
You know what's crazy is I shot at American Bowman with one of my uncles, but it used to be on Windy Point.
Yep. That's where I first met American Bowman. Yep.
Yeah, and I had no idea that they moved. I thought it just closed.
Yeah, no,
and
they
I was
moved.
bummed. But
they
I had
moved
no
a
idea.
couple places since then, and then they found this spot. So
yeah.
No,
that's good. I'll definitely go back.
It's cool, man.
There, so.
Yeah, it's May 21st, 22nd is the shoot. So yeah.
Oh shit, it's coming up then. Yeah. Pretty quick.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy because we're just getting blown up now for all the people that want to do it already. I'm like, damn, there's snow everywhere.
We can still get some big snow, right?
I know, dude. I'm like, damn, dude.
Did you guys always do it in May or?
Yep. No, last year we did it in June, and the American Bowman was like, dude, we'll give you whatever dates you want because we raised them so much money.
Yeah.
You pick the dates, and so like we were like, all right, let's do it. I think it's before Memorial Weekend or after whatever. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, it's good. Honestly, like we just have fun doing it, and it's cool because like guys like Gaethje came out, so a lot of the UFC guys came out, and they got to meet a lot of those guys too. So. Cool.
Yeah, I just want to go shoot the course again. So I'll definitely try to make it down for that. I need to put it on the calendar. Well, shit, man. Should we wrap this up?
Yeah,
I know
man.
you got family to get to, and I do too.
I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to bring you guys, both you guys, on my show.
Yeah,
again.
dude, you're welcome back here anytime
this
too.
Is fun.
Like I love hanging out.
I feel like
with
we could just talk and bullshit.
Dude, we've done an hour and a half, and we could go for hours.
I know.
And you're right down the road, so let's come back more often.
Let's look in March. And let's get you guys in the books, and like it's just good to talk to guys and what we're doing.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your time and your family.
And we can have whiskey too when we drink.
It's a good excuse, right?
You know what I'm saying, Jeremy? You know what I'm saying?
But hell yeah, Luke. Before we jump off, your podcast is GU Unfiltered.
Correct.
Go check it out. Give them a follow. Give it a listen, especially if you're into outdoors, if you're into archery. If you want some good fucking laughs, dude, like, I shit you not. Every time I listen to your podcast, and I don't know, it's because I know you, it makes it that much more funnier, but my stomach hurts. So a lot of times, dude, I'm like...
Sometimes I'm like, God damn, why did I tell that story? You know what I mean? But it is, man. I have fun, and I just keep it real. It is unfiltered. We keep it unfiltered, and, we tell jokes, and we just have fun on there. You know that. I mean, And
I had a blast with you guys up there.
Yeah, so
we'd be glad to do that again. It'd be an honor.
It'll be good. Well, let's do it. Let's do it.
Hell yeah! So where can people follow you? You guys got a website for the podcast?
we have all the Instagram. It's GU Unfiltered on the IG. Mostly people know us as Gladiators Unleashed on the Instagram. I mean that's pretty much where I do all my stuff. We're on all major platforms. Podbean, Spotify, iTunes. You can do that.
And how do you listen to it live? There's Bullhorn or something?
So there's an app you can download. It's called bullhorn.fm.
Bullhorn, if you're listening, that's the only reason I downloaded it was to listen to Luke.
Yeah, right? So. Well, it's crazy because they hit me up and they're like, dude, you're killing the game. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Well, then they hit me up and they're like, bro, you are killing the game. And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of rednecks down in this country. And they're like, no, bro, we had to change things because there's people calling from the UK and China. Right. There was the Marines or whatever. They were stationed somewhere else, and they were trying to call in. It wouldn't work.
It's crazy. We have this Italian fan base, right? Yeah. Maybe because I'm 60% Italian.
That's it.
But like, I get messages from Italy. I'm like, what the fuck, man? They're
it's
like, come
cool,
out here and go fly fishing.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's cool.
I would love to, but I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna. I can barely go fly fishing in this
here in Colorado, right?
Yeah.
I know, but it's cool seeing it's going worldwide,
awesome.
And people are listening to it. And I'm like, damn, there's someone from Holland listening to our dumbass.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It's crazy, but yeah. So it's called the bullhorn.fm. You get to watch it live, right off your phone. Call in, ask questions. It's crazy, I mean, we get some cool guests. We try to. I mean, I would say like it's different living out here because you got to get guests to come out here, right? Yeah. That's the hard part I'm running into.
When people come up, the one thing I found is they enjoy it. Like Dustin, he
like,
lives in the city.
This is crazy.
You know, and he's a Colorado native, but he was like in such a good mood when he rolled in here, and that's kind of like part of the mountainside. We're on the fucking mountainside, and you're really on the mountainside. But yeah, it's cool because it kind of sets the mood. Like, you know, so.
It is good. You guys got a good thing going here too, and that's why I said let's keep doing this.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Thanks again, Luke.
You bet, guys.
Man, thanks for the awesome gift. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's a good way to spend the Sunday.
You come back over.
I'll have
to
bring you some back.
No. We got plenty.
All right. Awesome, man. Thanks again, brother.
Go
give Luke a follow. Jeremy, we good?
All good.
All right. Man. Thanks everybody for listening. See ya. Thanks for listening to the Mountainside Podcast. If you haven't had a chance to do this already, please take a moment, follow, like, subscribe, or rate on whatever platform you catch the Mountainside Podcast at. Also, if you'd like some more information on upcoming episodes, safety tips, access to all of our affiliates, and all the badass discounts that we get here at the Mountainside Podcast, check out themountainsidepodcast.com. We wanted to let you know that the Mountainside Podcast is now available on Patreon. If you'd like access to bonus footage, behind-the-scenes content, ad-free listening, and much more, simply find the link in our bio or visit patreon.com/themountainside. There's nothing I love more than supporting America, showing my patriotism, and buying 100% American-made products. Origin Maine is one of the only companies that I found out there that makes an incredible product that's 100% designed, produced, grown, built, and manufactured right here in the USA. So if you're looking for 100% American-made boots, high-quality denim, jiu-jitsu gis, rash guards, hoodies, bags, Jocko Clean Energy Fuel, supplements, and much more, look no further than OriginMaine.com. If you want to support the U.S. economy, the U.S. workforce, then you can 100% trust Origin and the amazing people that are running this company. And because they are a sponsor of the Mountainside Podcast, you as a listener can truly reap the benefits of buying American-made products at a discount. All you have to do is simply use promo code TMS at checkout, and you will receive 10% off your entire order every time that you visit OriginMaine.com. Once again, that's promo code TMS, the number 10, TMS10 at OriginMaine.com. We are also brought to you by Uncanna CBD. If you're looking to trust a natural solution, then look no further than Uncanna to help you curb anxiety, get better sleep, helping with long-term pain, joint mobility, muscle recovery, and many other benefits. Then you need to try a full spectrum or broad spectrum CBD, and the only brand that I trust is Uncanna. I use their products daily, and I can attest to you of how well it works. Uncanna is also veteran-owned and operated and is just an incredible company that lives in the outdoors. Whether they're sponsoring professional rock climbers, dirt bikers, skiers, and many other athletes, helping veteran communities get outside, this is an incredible company with an incredible product. Because they are a sponsor here at the Mountainside Podcast, and you're listening to this ad right now, you can receive 10% off your entire order every time that you visit Uncanna.com. All you have to do is simply enter promo code TMS at checkout to receive 10% off your entire CBD order, apparel, canine products, or whatever Uncanna has to offer just by simply typing in the code TMS at checkout. Once again, that's promo code TMS at Uncanna.com. We are also brought to you by Onnit. Onnit is an amazing company based right here in the USA, helping humans reach peak performance mentally and physically. Listen, this is not just another supplement company with the same old. Onnit's diverse lineup of products and supplements are backed by science and research, and that's what truly makes this company so amazing. Onnit offers supplements to help sports performance, energy levels, your mood, sleep, brain function, focus, immune system, digestive health, and that's not all. Onnit also has amazing fitness programs, equipment, apparel, and you can now save 10% on all of it. Just visit onnit.com, that's ONNIT.com, and use the promo code TMS at checkout to receive 10% off your entire order.